Being in love can feel like you're eating your favorite food, watching your favorite rom-com, or being chased by a bear. What do all of these things have in common? Intense feelings. Very intense feelings are instigated by a specific set of hormones and brain chemicals. It's hard to describe a feeling that is best understood when felt. So what does it feel like to be in love? So let's go over some of the 8 feelings with relatable situations while breaking down the reasoning behind them. Number 1, you feel like you're on top of the world. When you first fall in love, your body will experience a high level of arousal when you're around that person. While your gut or mind is right about one part of arousal, I am not talking about the dirty thoughts. Arousal here means when your body goes into accelerated mode. Your heart rate increases when you see this person, you may get sweatier, and you're suddenly breathing a little faster than before. When you're with this person, you get this rush of adrenaline that makes you feel like you're on top of the world, because physically, that is probably exactly how you would feel if you were standing on the world's highest cliff or on drugs. Number 2, you feel like you've met the perfect person. The phrase blinded by love might be a little more literal than we thought. That's because when we first fall in love, we don't see the other person's flaws. Trust me, they definitely have them, but you just sugarcoat it and put it off to the side. Laziness could be seen as relaxation, and OCD can be seen as neatness. Scientific studies have shown that people with new partners have inflated assessment of their partner's qualities. Some argue that this is a measure we take to convince ourselves that we have found the best partner, while others say all the feel-good brain chemicals associated with this person make us see them through rose-colored glasses. After all, if we acknowledge their flaws, some of those chemicals might go away, making us feel less great. And no one wants that, do they? Number 3, you feel like your brains are connected. Before you fall in love with someone, you first establish an emotional connection with them. While love at first sight is a magical expression for books and movies, it usually takes at least a few conversations to really fall in love with someone. An emotional connection comes from sharing conversations, secrets, fears, dreams, and thoughts. With all of this sharing, you end up knowing each other almost as well as you know yourself, which is why you always feel like your brains are connected. Number 4, you feel like your world revolves around them. When we fall in love, our brain turns on more dopamine transmitters. Dopamine is the pleasure chemical that makes us feel good. You next experience a drop in serotonin, which can provoke a feeling of obsession with the person who gives you dopamine. It's your brain saying, I feel happy around this person, so be around them more. I need more. No wonder you feel like your scheduled mind and life revolves around them. Number 5, you feel like you would flip if someone else touches them. The early stages of love are almost always the most intense. As serotonin levels are lower than later on in the relationship, low serotonin levels are related to depression, obsessive behavior, and anxiety. Don't worry, love usually won't drop your levels enough to cause serious symptoms, but it might make you extra protective and controlling over your partner. This jealousy comes from the fear of losing them, which could be another anxiety provoked by the lack of this essential brain chemical. Number 6, you'll feel the warm, fuzzy feeling on the inside. Being in love is like being next to a fireplace and under a blanket on a cold winter day. It's the same feeling you get when your mom hugs you to console you after a rough afternoon. Being in love feels like you're protected and safe. In an ideal world, we fall in love with someone who loves us for who we are and who vows to be with us through thick and thin. This promise and emotional bond make you feel like you're right at home. Number 7, you feel like you're complete. Whether you're dating Mr. Right or Miss Wrong, you're going to feel like you've met the one when you first start dating. This is because you don't see their flaws and you are basically high on your own brain chemicals. Literally, researchers have shown that intense feelings of love affect your brain the same way that cocaine or opioids would. This is the same reason some people stay with a partner who is obviously wrong for them, and others stay addicted to a drug that could eventually kill them. Number 8, you feel like nothing can stop you two from being together. After about 18 months or so of being in love, your intense and lust-filled mentality slowly shifts into a more stable connection. Serotonin levels return to normal and more oxytocin hormones are released. Oxytocin is a neurotransmitter associated with stronger attachments, health benefits, reproduction in men, and giving birth in women. This deep attachment comes after you've experienced the ups and downs of initiating a relationship, so your bond is as strong as ever. Like peanut butter and jelly, you truly feel that nothing can separate you from one another. Overall, I know that reading about love and talking about love could be totally different from one another. Until you actually feel it and experience it, it'll take you on to a whole new level, a new kind of high, if you may. That's why sometimes people could do some crazy things when they are crazily in love. Hope this video covers some of the stuff about it, and if you like this video, feel free to give it a like and maybe consider subscribing for more weekly uploads like these. And as always, thanks for watching.